me y'all couldn't find no other. You have 3 officers out there all armed, and 1 man with a knife, and you're telling me y'all couldn't find no other constructive way to de-escalate the situation? Also see a trend of people trying to dehumanize him. And this is not surprising, really, anything, because they've always done this. They always try to paint the picture like, oh, he was a thug, oh, he was scary. You know, just...
That's what white supremacists do. And Negro and coons, coward-ass coons. That's what they do, because y'all coons repeat and regurgitate what white supremacists put out there because they're cowards and they're scared and they think that they're going to get brownie points or a couple of checks or a pat on the head, or, you know, the white supremacists won't kill them if they encounter them because they know that they're cowards and they're so, quote unquote, on their side. And that's totally the opposite. Because when you're a coward and you betray your own race, then the white supremacists know you'll betray them because you're a fucking coward. But yeah, on this, the brother shouldn't have walked away or should have complied thing, yeah, that's true. But so the fuck what? First of all, number one, white people fight cops. There are videos of white motherfuckers shooting at cops, punching cops, jumping in their cars, driving the fuck off, and they don't get shot. They don't. None of that shit happens to them. That's number one. Number two, cops got pepper spray on their belt. They got a damn taser and a nightstick. They got, maybe they have even more other forms of non-lethal ways to secure someone that they want to arrest. And they know that. The last option should be their weapon, should be to end their life. That should, quote unquote, should be the last option. But we are dealing with terrorists. These are not police. That is not the police department. Not here in DC, not here in PG County, not here in any state in the United States of America. That is not a police department. That is a terrorist build. There's an organization of terrorists and a building who organizes terrorists. There are no police in the United States of America. There are terrorists. They are terrorists. Terrorists against black people. Nothing more, nothing less. When they deliberately make a decision to end a black person's life, like a child, like they did to Tamir Rice, who was 12 years old, like Brianna, who was asleep in her own damn apartment, like Botham John, who was chilling eating ice cream on his fucking couch, like thousands of others. When they deliberately make a decision to end our lives or attempt to end our lives, as opposed to, if they're trying to arrest us, do it in a non-lethal manner, they are fucking terrorists. And everybody that works with them, the police oversight, the fucking court systems, are all in tandem with terrorism. That's what you call white supremacy. It's a fucking system from top to bottom. And the media is white supremacy. They work with the fucking terrorist police department, so-called the race soldiers, and the fucking court system. They all work together. They all call each other. They all sit around and plan how they're going to enact terrorism against us and then justify it. Black people, y'all have to get this through your heads. This is not rocket science. This is common sense at this point. They're all the same.
He's really trying to justify the wrongdoing of the white supremacists. So now you have a lot of people saying, oh, well, he had warrants out for his arrest. Oh, well, it was a domestic violence fault. He beat up his girlfriend. He has a sexual assault charge. He had like a bunch of other petty charges against him. He's a bad guy. He was a threat. It's under my skin, but I tried to not let it bother me too much because I understand that ZeZe always does this, try to, in general, we're trying to dehumanize black people for wishing to this black men, you know what I'm saying? They always try to make them seem like they're the fucking boogeyman, and they're just, the biggest threat on this planet, so that's why you have to attack. If not, they'll attack you first. I do hate to see people really try to make this an excuse as to why he doesn't deserve justice. Trying to make an excuse for him and try to say that
black people are going to, those black people who do that are going to do that until it becomes one of them or their family. And that's what it boils down to. And that's why, and again, I keep telling y'all, family, study the Haitian Revolution. Before the Haitian Revolution, Dessalines and the Haitians, they murdered every single Haitian coon. Every single Haitian that was making excuses for the French and what they were doing, and chattel slavery, and the Portuguese, they murdered them. They didn't talk to them. They didn't try to explain why terrorism and chattel slavery was bad. They murdered them. And that's what we're going to end up having to do to these dumbass Negroes running around here justifying terrorism against us. If a Negro jumps on social media and he says black on black crime, which is fake, if he says you should just comply, don't talk back to the police, if he talks about voting, any of that sucker shit, at some point we're going to have to murder these people.
He hasn't done anything wrong with that. He may not be a bad person or anything like that. I don't know the guy. I don't know what he is. If he's a good guy or a bad guy. He could be a good father, bad husband, good boyfriend, whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know this man for campaign. But I will say from that video, he does deserve justice. Whether he gets charged with sexual assault, domestic violence, any of his separate pending charges, that has nothing to do with us fighting his defenders to get justice in this case.
None of that shit even matters. None of that shit even matters. Man, white people commit so much crime, it's ridiculous. And I've been proven. I got videos talking about do white lives matter. Show these motherfuckers sell heroin and crystal meth all day, rape each other, shoot each other, steal from each other. These motherfuckers are the biggest criminals on the planet.
Has nothing to do with him getting shot. Him having a warrant for domestic violence, sexual assault, didn't have anything to do with him.
Shit don't have nothing to do with nothing.
That fucking irresponsible ass officer's actions. He's dealing with those consequences. So the officer should have to deal with it as well. I think a lot of people doing this using the same narrative for Kyle Rittenhouse. He's a 17-year-old boy. He was a cadet for the police. He wanted to be a police officer. He was just trying to do the right thing. He was out there protecting buildings. He was attacked. People tried to jump him, and so he just defended himself and shot and killed two people. Killed two people and shot another. None of that excuses his actions. I'm sorry. Of course, we all know he was 17 years old. That's number one. He was underage. He shouldn't have been out there in the first place. That's just off rip. Because I know the sheriff, and I gotta get this out of the way first. The bullshit ass fucking sheriff out there in Kenosha is talking about, oh well, nobody would have got shot. He basically said, well, no, nothing would have happened if everybody would have been in the house because we have a curfew set for a reason. Curfew is 4 6.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of terrorism. Family, Kenosha, Wisconsin is where Sheriff Clark is from. Jason Black pointed that out, man. Sheriff Clark, y'all remember Sheriff Clark? That's where he's from. He's like the biggest coon in the world. Wisconsin is a bruh. This is a white supremacist country, family. Family, I'm telling y'all, family, 75% to 85% of white people in the United States of America are sociopathic, evil motherfuckers, Holmes. The 15% that's not, they don't have no power. They cannot help us. The rest of these motherfuckers are insane. They're out of their minds. They have a cognitive disease. And they lack humility, which means that they are under a possession of a low frequency energy from space, which y'all call demons. These motherfuckers are possessed, they're evil, they're sociopathic, they're habitual liars, and they cannot be cured. The only solution for these motherfuckers is coffins.
Safety reasons. Everybody is out after curfew. Therefore, you know, they ended up the shit they was supposed to be in. That's basically what he said. It's on that. It's their damn fault. So if you want to use that logic, nigga, it was Cal's fault. Because you 17 years old, you know damn well your ass ain't supposed to be out after curfew. That's number one. Number two, you weren't even supposed to have no fucking rifle. That gun wasn't even legal for you to be carrying around, let alone to be taken out of state. Mind you, he drove from out of state into another state.
His mother drove him to the state and then drove him back.
And then the open carry around a whole other process and try to be a protector, this damn vigilante for a building that you have no connection to. You're trying to protect property that you have no ownership of or no affiliation with. Like, no obligation to. You know what I'm saying? So you out there literally for no damn reason. So if that's the case, that means it is completely on Cal. He should be going to jail because your ass should have been out there in the motherfucking first place. And we gonna go by that logic. It's unclear why. The first guy he shot apparently threw some sort of object. It's kind of being debated. It's not really clear on what exactly threw it, but apparently he threw something at him with it that made Cal want to retaliate and shoot back at him. But my question is, why was he doing that? Because to be honest, what it seems to me is that he was probably out there antagonizing people. You know, he's probably getting to it with some people out there. And, you know, trying to hold his nuts, type shit, trying to flex his little power because he had a little gun. And, you know, some niggas out there probably was texting him. Like, nah, but regardless, after he shoots this dude, he runs through the crowd while people are chasing after him and yelling like, yo, you know, he just shot somebody, he just killed somebody. Like, get him. Apparently they catch up to him. He ends up on the floor and shoots one guy in the stomach and shoots another guy in the arm. And the other guy in the arm, who got shot in the arm, I believe he had a gun, or it's alleged that he had a gun at least in his hand. People are trying to defend this by saying it's self-defense because they were trying to jump him. But I don't think these people were necessarily trying to jump him. It really would have seemed like is that they were trying to disarm him. He literally just shot somebody in the head 2 seconds before this happened.
And the police would let him walk away. And y'all talking about voting.
People are trying to disarm him because they see him as a threat. Now, me myself, I can understand, like personally, if I was out there, I'm not chasing after the motherfucker who just shot somebody with a rifle. I mean, so I get the narrative. You know what I'm saying? I understand why people are saying it because I'm, nigga, that wouldn't be me. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't be chasing after the motherfucker who just shot somebody. And I don't got no damn gun myself. If I had a gun, I'm not going to chase you. I'm just going to shoot your ass. And then I'm going to come disarm you. I'm not about to run after a motherfucker with a gun. That just doesn't make sense to me within itself. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand why somebody else, why the crowd was, because they were trying to, you know, some vigilantes, I get the energy they had, you know what I'm saying? But this is why self-awareness is very important, you know what I'm saying? Because had they been more self-aware, they would realize that, you know, kind of thought that through, like, I'm really chasing out somebody who can literally just turn around and shoot and kill my ass, you know what I'm saying? Rather than just focusing on, okay, let me try to, you know what I'm saying, disarm him and be the vigilante and be the hero and save everybody else with really, you know, you need to think about saving your goddamn self again. You know what I'm saying? To each his own, and I understand why they're trying to do that. They were trying to disarm him. If they was really trying to harm him, one of the dudes had apparently one of the dudes who apparently got shot and allegedly had a gun could have shot him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else, they could have hit him with an object. Like they could have harmed him had they wanted to. They were clearly just trying to catch up with him to get his gun from him. Like clearly, you know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to jump a dude with a gun? I don't think that's. You know, I don't think that was the true objective. I think that was the real, and their real intent was just to disarm him. And then to make the situation worse, he's able to walk past them and literally go home that night. He's able to make it back across the state border to his house for the fucking night, get sleep, and not get arrested until the next day. Now it looks like that he's affiliated and being protected by the police. You know, the people that's
they all the same. Family, how many examples do y'all need? They're all the same, bro. Oh my God. The police are the white supremacists. The KKK, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, they're all the same. Democrats, Republicans, they're all the same, bro. God. Oh my God, yeah.
Supposed to be protecting us. And this isn't surprising. Again, sadly, it's not surprising in situations like this. We know that these cops do, kind of deputize a lot of these civilian, white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? They deputize them and allow them to do things like this and protect them. We'll see what more comes out because I definitely believe he's affiliated with some sort of white supremacist militia group. That very well could mean that he's going to get off. It kind of increases the chances that he could, get off and they play this.
He's definitely getting off. The white supremacists at the courthouse, the prosecutors, the motherfuckers in the jury, the judge, they're all the same, bro. That's why they get off, bro. That's why they get away with it. The motherfuckers in the NBA who own the NBA, the motherfuckers that own the NFL, they're all the same, bro.
Man, the shots of they're not even they're basically even ignoring. You know what I'm saying? Really just ignoring them even saying anything about him just killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, civilian in the street hurt? Yeah, and this dude just hurt him. Oh, civilian in the street hurt? Yeah, he just hurt him. Oh, civilian in the street hurt. Nigga, yes, and he just hurt him. What y'all gonna do about the motherfucker that just hurt him? If he gets off on this, it wouldn't be surprising, but we definitely need to be fighting for him not to because this is important. You know what I'm saying? That we set examples for other white supremacists. If we're gonna deal with this bullshit ass shit, then we need to be on these politicians' asses about policies that protect us specifically. You know what I'm saying? From situations like.
And the only way we're gonna do that is by force. We gotta force them to do that. And you force the motherfuckers by ending lives. That's it. Like, oh man. But yeah, I love Sister Z. She's on point.
This is
but that's the only way you do it, fam.
Even in my Joe Biden and Cardi B video, how I mentioned she mentioned cops, but didn't mention white supremacy. This is why we have to be specific and say.
This is why Cardi B, them even asking Cardi B anything in reference to black people, that was warfare right there. That was warfare. It wasn't beyond disrespectful. That is a warfare strategy. That's literally a war tactic. Asking a non-black person anything in reference to black people and terrorism against them and doing it publicly as a politician or wanting to be a sitting president, that's warfare. That's not disrespect. That's not irresponsible. That's a deliberate war tactic.